Hey everyone! So, as you can see, today we're looking at Star Wars Retro Collection, and I finally have here the Mandalorian figures. Well, I've got two of the figures. I've got the Mandalorian and IG-11. So, yeah, pretty cool looking figures. I think I mentioned in the previous video, some people aren't too happy that they decided to go with the Mandalorian for this wave, but for me, makes no real difference, to be honest. The figures look pretty cool, and yeah, whenever they release, because people were expecting the Return of the Jedi wave. Whenever they release those, I'll probably get some of those as well. If there's any figures that I want to have. But I'm perfectly happy they did these. I mentioned in the previous video, this way I can have this retro looking Mandalorian stand side by side with the Boba Fett retro figure, and they look like they're from the same time period, like the toys. So yeah, so we have here, as I already mentioned, we have IG-11. Excuse me. So not really sure what the difference is between IG-11 and I think is IG-88, because they're both bounty hunters. They look the same. So that's one thing that kind of confuses me. Like, what's the difference between this guy and 88? Fair enough. Maybe it's like C-3PO and I can't think of another model right now. But there's like R2-D2. There's loads of models. So maybe it's just that. This is the IG-11 model, and then there's an IG-88. There's probably an IG-01. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume this is like a similar thing, like a C-3PO and R2-D2 type thing, where there's a bunch of different models of the same robot. It would make sense. It's Star Wars. They always have loads of these droids. But yeah, so we have the Star Wars, the Mandalorian logo. We have IG-11 right there. I actually didn't realize that he was going to be taller than the Mandalorian figure. I mean, it makes sense. In the show, he is a bit taller. But my main worry was that the arms are gonna be easy to break because how thin they are, but it doesn't actually look as fragile as I thought it would. Because from the pictures, I assumed it was gonna be same height. It's a little bit taller, a little bit chunkier. So yeah, we have, of course, the Retro Collection sticker, Kenner logo. On the back, we can see, so like the other figures, this is inspired by the original 70s, 80s toy line. So yeah, like I said, they did that obviously so it fits into the retro toy line with your other retro Star Wars figures. And we have here the Mandalorian, Cara Dune, IG-11, Queel, the Child, Moff Gideon, Grief Karga. I don't know what that is, if I'm pronouncing that right. And a Remnant Trooper. So that's basically a stormtrooper from the Mandalorian. So I think it's the same stormtrooper figure as the, was it Wave 1 or Wave 2? They had the stormtrooper. I think it was Wave 1. It's basically, as far as I remember, it's basically the same stormtrooper toy. It just has like more browny paint. I'm guessing it's paintwork on the armor, so it looks dirty and old. Because in Mandalorian, their armor wasn't exactly new. So yeah, so that's that, and a bunch of this crap down here, which no one is interested in too much, I don't think. I'm just gonna renew there. And then we have the Mandalorian. So yeah, the portraits are pretty cool on these. I mean, the IG-11 one is a little bit blurred. I feel like they could have done a better image, maybe. But, oh well. And yeah, the Mandalorian one looks really good. I'm not sure how I feel about the vinyl cloak. I feel like they could have just done it as a cape. So it's like around his neck rather than as a cloak over his arms. I don't know. I feel like they could have just done it as a cape. Yeah, not sure what happened here. The blister pack is slightly off to the side a little bit. Like it's not properly, like, yeah, that's weird. Not sure what happened there. It's even going slightly over the sticker right here. So strange, but it's okay because we're opening this one up. And on the back it's the same crap as the other one. So we are gonna open these up right now. Let's start with IG-11. So chuck that over there. Don't need that. So yeah, they're keeping the rifle. If I remember correctly, it was the Stormtrooper and Boba Fett that have the same rifle. So yeah, again, they're trying to keep these figures so they look like they belong in that 70s and 80s toy line. Pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, we've oh no, that's bad. We've seen this rifle before. So yeah, pretty cool. But I'm not sure if this is a new mold or if they've had these guns in the 80s, not 70s, with any toys. This could be a new mold, but made like simple so it looks like it belongs. Not too sure. And we have the figure. Here we go. So yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, these figures, just like the other retro figures, are 5 points of articulation. So yeah, okay, good. The head turns, the arms, bit tight, but they turn, and the legs. So pretty cool. And yeah, the details on this guy are pretty cool as well. Like all this almost steampunk looking pipes and stuff, and cables, and of course you got his ammo belt, double ammo belt over his chest, and then you got these clunky feet. It almost looks out of place. And then we have the head sculpt. Pretty cool. And let's see, can we get you to hold on to this? Here we go. So yeah. Get you to stand there. And we'll open Mando. So in Mando's case, with the weapons, I'm not sure if either of these have ever been a thing in the 70s or 80s with any toys, or if these are simply just brand new for this figure, made to look like that simple 80s design, just a plain black. But yeah, so they're both pretty cool, but I do feel like these ones are specifically for this figure. Alright, so get Mando out, and here's the figure. So yeah, pretty cool, the vinyl cloak, but like I said, I don't see why they couldn't have just put it around the neck instead. But at the same time, they did do other figures like this in the 70s, 80s, like Darth Vader. He's got the cloak like this as well, where realistically it would have made more sense to do that as a cape as well. So I guess they wanted to keep that old school pattern. But yeah, really nice looking figure. And same as IG-11, 5 points of articulation. And this is what I specifically wanted to look at. So I did bring my Boba Fett down. So yeah, I like this. This is what I meant. Like you could have them both side by side, face to face, and it feels like they're from the same era. Like you can have these standing next to each other on your shelf, and nobody would be able to argue, yeah, this never came out in the 80s. I mean, of course, if you know the history of the toys, obviously you will be able to say this never came out in the 80s. But for someone that doesn't know, like, you could easily see these being together in, excuse me, I don't know, Return of the Jedi. I don't know. You could see these guys working together if you didn't know their story. Get you to stand there. Oh wait. Get you to stand over here a little bit. So I do. One of my last videos I did on these figures, I do have my Luke Skywalker here as well. So we can see how well they look all together. And they do look really cool. Like, you know, you can't really say they don't belong together. That's what I love about these figures. And let's see if we can get you to hold your pistol. There we go. Nice. So yeah, really like these figures. Again, I know some people are really disappointed that they chose to do the Mandalorian before Return of the Jedi. All I can say to that is, I don't know. I guess we just need to. We just need to be a little bit patient, I guess. I'm sure they're probably gonna do something like Return of the Jedi next wave. I mean, yeah, I guess they could have saved this wave for after Return of the Jedi. Not sure what the thinking process was to release these ones first, but as I've said before, for me, I don't mind. I like these figures. As for Return of the Jedi, hopefully we will still get a Return of the Jedi wave. Maybe, like I said, it'll be the next wave we get. So fingers crossed. But I just love how this looks. Like, we got Mando and Boba side by side in the same toy line. So that is awesome, because I really like that Boba Fett figure, and now that I have Mando to go with Boba Fett, just awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like below, and yeah, if you have any comments, leave those below as well. If you have any opinions, like what do you think about the Mandalorian retro figure line? You know, leave those below as well. For me, I really like these figures, but I do hope we still will get the Return of the Jedi line, of course. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.